It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Picked up a new-ish beer in Aldi today. This is Harper's Plum Porter, 500ml bottle, coming in at 4.8% ABV. Black bottle cap. There's a very famous, it's probably their best-selling beer, from the Titanic Brewery based in Stoke-upon-Trent. It's called Titanic Plum Porter, and it's an exceptional beer. It's their award-winning beer, sells up and down the country very, very well. And they're not taken too far aback, because Aldi they're the masters of kind of like ripping off other companies. They do it all of the time. So I wasn't overly surprised to see this, to be honest with you. And what will be interesting is I'm under the understanding that Aldi and Marston's do all of their brewing together. So this Harper's Brewing Company is actually Marston's based in Burton-on-Trent. So I'm interested, if it is indeed brewed by Marston's, I'm interested to get Marston's take on Titanic Brewery's award-winning, best-selling beer. We got a 2 to 3 finger, slightly off-white head. I'm going to say a creamy coloured head. I'm not going to call it tan. It's not a tan coloured head. There's lots of light bleeding through the side of the glass, which for me would suggest dark mild rather than porter. I want the beer to be almost kind of pitch black and a little bit thicker than this in terms of the body. There's nice carbonations rolling up the side of the glass. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, yeah, but I quite like a dark mild, to be honest. I'd like to see the dark mild style of beer brought back by some of these young and trendy craft brewers. I think they would make some amazing dark milds. Let's get the aroma on this one then. The aroma is of a very fruity and dark bitter. There's a little bit of roasted malt coming through in the aroma. There's also a little bit of DMS, a little bit of, only a small amount, but a little bit of rotting cabbage in there, which is an off flavour in beer. Only a little bit. It may be that it's the flavour of the plum porter mixing with the roasted malt in the beer, and it's giving a slightly kind of DMS, kind of farty aroma. But then again, that could be Burton water, couldn't it? That's characteristically farty in itself. It smells okay. Let's dive in. Cheers. Wow. Wow. It certainly doesn't stand up to Titanic's award-winning Plum Porter. I'll tell you that straight away. If Bob's over there at Titanic Brewery still, he shouldn't be worried by this at all. Hi, Bob. No, this is not a patch. This is not a patch on Titanic's Plum Porter. It's just missing in almost every department of what makes Titanic's Plum Porter a terrific porter. This is way too thin. It's drinking way too thin. There's no real body to it at all. The roasted malt is lacking. Again, I got an aroma of a dark bitter. I'm getting flavour of dark bitter, like they've coloured the beer dark, but they've actually produced a best bitter here with a little bit of roasty flavour. As for the plum, it's a plum flavour that they've added to the beer. I mean, I'm not even sure if Titanic use a plum flavour or real plums. I'm not overly sure on that one, but a definite fruity, kind of dark fruity, fruit pastel kind of flavour going on. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. It's a bit tinny, it's a bit coppery. It's a bit... it's a shame, it's a real shame, because somebody at Aldi, whether it be their beer buyer or somebody with a little bit of knowledge in the management department of Aldi, have thought, let's make a plum porter. Or it could be a suggestion from their contract brewer Marston's, where they've gone, yeah, let's try and brew a plum porter. And then it all basically comes down to money. It comes down to how much are Aldi willing to pay per bottle. This was no more than £1.50. Some of the beers in the range of £1.50, some are £1.70 in Aldi. I think this was about £1.50. If you were to pick up a bottle of Titanic's Plum Porter, not on offer, not in Morrison's, but not in a supermarket, should I say. If you went to a bottle shop, or if you picked this up from their website, Titanic's Plum Porter that is, you'd probably be paying about £2.50, £3 a bottle. Yeah, it's not really a patch on Titanic's Plum Porter. So I'm going to rate it then. The DMS was in the nose. There's no rotten cabbage. There's no DMS flavours coming through in the flavour of the beer. There's nothing really wrong with it. I'm not going to pour it down the sink. But this is yet another one of Aldi's let's rip off another company. And it's not really come off. It's not really come off. So I'm going to rate it 4.5% ABV, 4.8% ABV, 500 milliliter bottle. What has it got going for it? I suppose it's got a nice bit of head, nice bit of lacing in the glass. But these big brewers, they know how to produce a beer with a head and lacing going down the side of the glass. It's almost, you know, to keep the people who drink with their eyes happy. It's just not very good. I'm going to rate it. It's a rip-off beer from Titanic that has not really been pulled off. They've tried to rip it off, but they've not pulled it off. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. 5 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.